That's the end of yet another Euros campaign. One in which I've actually enjoyed more than any other. We got to experience goals from the likes of Mert Gulder against Georgia, which was just insane. And underdog stories such as Romania and Austria winning their groups, which no one expected at all. But on the other side, we also had absolute heartbreak in the last couple of minutes for Croatia, and of course an absolute dagger to the heart for Scotland against Hungary. In this video, I'm going to talk about my personal highlights of the Euros. I've got a script here. I'm trying to remember as much as I can. I'll probably remember things after I've uploaded the video. This isn't everything. This is just what I can think of off the top of my head. And yeah, let's just get straight into it. Of course, for me, the obvious thing is finally getting to watch Scotland play at a major tournament overseas for the first time in the 24 years I have been alive. To have the honour of participating in the opening game of the Euros against the home nation, of course, Germany, and getting to show the world how passionate us Scottish fans are for football and our country through singing the national anthem and even celebrating after we lost 5-1. That being said, I'm so happy we managed to build a bond with the people of Germany, especially FC Cologne, who turned out to be our biggest fans over in Germany, funnily enough. Obviously, we built such a strong relationship that now there's a petition to get an annual friendly match against the German team. And hopefully that happens, because it would be incredible. It's so surreal to think about. Like, obviously we always knew that we were very passionate and that everywhere we went, we just went for a party, basically. But for the rest of Europe to finally get to see it on a wide scale, and for the Germans to embrace it and love it so much, is just absolutely incredible. And I know that since the Euros, FC Cologne, who have been absolutely incredible with the Scotland fans, have definitely gained a lot of fans over here in Scotland. I think there could be a fan club starting up very soon. Obviously, on a personal term, I'm so grateful to have such a big following now of people on Twitter who are German, who have loved Scotland, who have listened to the absolute nonsense that I tweet, and of course to everyone who's watching these videos. I looked at the stats, I think it was like 79% of you guys are German, so I appreciate you all, and I'm glad that you love my country. And thank you so much for even listening to the stuff that I've got to say on these videos. You guys have accepted me, brought me into your circles. I'm even playing kickbase with Freiburg fans and fans in the second Bundesliga. I've learnt so much. You've told me so much. You understand that I don't speak the language, but I'm trying, so when I say something wrong, you guys don't come at me. You guys have just been very welcoming, and I've absolutely loved it, and I'm so grateful that this tournament was held in Germany. I don't think there could have been a better host, and of course, because of that, I cannot wait to make more content on the Bundesliga. Obviously the Euros is done now, so it's all steam ahead straight to the Bundesliga, to the league season, and to Bundesliga, of course, because I'm an FC Cologne fan. And I will most definitely try and watch every game that I can from FC Cologne. It's going to be hard in Scotland. There's not much television of German football, but I will do my very best. Moving on from Scotland then, I think the most important thing for me was the amount of young talent that came through and absolutely shined in Germany. Obviously you had the likes of Yamal, you had Williams, you even had the likes of Pedri, who everybody knew he was a star, but still a very young player. Obviously, you've got Arda Güler, Florian Wirtz, and you have Musiala. There is so many players in that bracket. Like, that's just to name a few. There's still so many other ones. The world of football in the next 15 years looks like it's going to be in very safe hands, put it that way. I think Yamal can go straight to the very top. That guy is insane for 16 years, well, 17 now. Just absolutely insane. I cannot wait to watch him play more. And I think especially that Spain squad, like, they are so safe for the next 10 to 15 years. Again, as I said, they've got Williams, they've got Yamal, they've got Pedri, they've got Gavi, they've got Brian Zaragoza, even Lenormand, who is getting on a bit in age, but still a very good player that will probably play for the next 5-10 years anyway. Not 10, but 5 years. The team is just absolutely stacked with players. They've got Alejandro Balde as well, obviously can play left back and right back. yeah, Spain are so set. Like it's scary to think what they could do with that squad once the likes of Yamal and stuff are in their potential. And obviously Nico Williams. I mean, what a player he is! He is so good. So yeah, the talent, the young talent, was so exciting for me. And of course, I can't talk about the Scotland fans without talking about the Dutch fans, who were absolutely incredible as well. The whole tournament, I was listening to No Scotland, No Party, and then Nar Links, Nar Rex, the full tournament. It was just stuck in my head. Even right now, I've still got it in my playlist and I still listen to it. Can I speak Dutch? Absolutely not. Still love the song. It's so addictive, and I just like make the words up, the Dutch parts. But yeah, I mean, I go to the Netherlands a lot, and I love the Netherlands. The fans were incredible. Obviously, doing the big parade sort of thing down the streets, and then bouncing left to right, like, and then obviously the fans were doing it, the players were doing it after wins and stuff. Like, yeah, the Dutch fans are incredible. I always want them to do well, the Dutch, because Van Dijk and Frimpong, of course, are ex-Celtic players. So for me, I always want those two guys to do well. Any Celtic player, really, I want to do well. So yeah, the Dutch fans were absolutely sensational. I also think Georgia were a massive surprise. I think the way they played football, they were just absolutely fearless. They wanted to just run at people. The counter-attacks from Georgia were terrifying. The counter-attacks were absolutely insane. And I think the Georgians will be very proud. I think that was their first ever tournament in football. I think they play other sports more than football, so it was their first ever tournament. And I mean, that team did them so proud. Kvaratskhelia and the boy up front. I don't want to try and pronounce his name because I will butcher it so badly. But I think the Georgians can be very proud of their national team. Of course, we need to make a mention as well for the Signe Iduna Park, or I think they call it the Westfalen Stadion. I'm probably pronouncing that really wrong, but the waterfall. I mean, that just, what other stadium in the world has a waterfall in it? It's incredible. Fair play to them, because it's a very good marketing strategy. On the note of the leaking roofs, then, I think this is probably my favourite thing, actually, more than the youth, is the German fans on Twitter beefing with the Qataris. That was phenomenal. Like, some of the things that people were saying, it had me in stitches. I remember one day just scrolling down, just in tears of laughter at the things the Germans were saying to the Qataris, and then the Qataris would bite back, and it would be like the most pointless thing ever. And like, they thought they had done something, but they had done nothing, really. But that had me in stitches. You guys just absolutely roasting the Qataris. It was so funny. When it comes to insane goals, everybody's probably thinking Arda Güler's. It's got to be. It's the one that I remember the most. Arda Güler's goal against Georgia. But I actually prefer Mert Mulder's goal. As I said in the intro, I think Mert Mulder's goal was just unbelievable. The technique to hit that on the volley into the top corner, especially near post as well. Like, it reminded me of Pavard's goal in the World Cup a few years ago. That's just the perfect technique. It was a different goal, obviously, but the technique and just how like smoothly it was hitting, it was so good. That's probably my favourite goal of the tournament. As for I was so sad at this one, but I was like, it's incredible. Was Nicholas Füllkrug's against Scotland? Of course it was. That goal, like, it just hits that so sweetly as well, and it's an absolute rocket. Like, I don't think any keeper was saving that. Never mind Angus Gunn, unfortunately, who we have in goals. But again, absolutely incredible goal. And then I suppose I will mention the overhead kick, I suppose, from Jude Bellingham. I don't want to praise England. The most important part, England losing. Spain did it. They saved football. That is a highlight. Spain winning the Euros. I've supported them since I was 5-year-old. Of course, Scotland have never been in a tournament, so every tournament I've always picked a nation, and it's always been Spain. It's where I go on holiday to the most. I went to Spain every year when I was younger, I've supported them since I was 5, so it's basically, it feels like my nation winning it, if that makes sense. Weird, I know, but that's who I've supported since I was 5 years old. So Spain winning it was so special for me. And of course, it couldn't have came against a better country, could it? England in tears yet again. It was amazing. It was amazing. I loved it. I loved every minute of it. This is just a short video. I don't want to make it too long. I think my last video was a bit too long. So let me know in the comments, what was your highlights of Euro 2024? And yeah, until next time, I shall see you later.